Welcome to Valley Grove Baptist Church, located at 1731 South, U.S. Highway 281 in Stephenville, Texas. We are glad you joined us for our 10:30 Sunday morning worship service. If you'd like to learn more about Valley Grove, please check us out at our website at valleygrove.net. Now, join us for the morning worship service already in progress.
For this morning, and I just pray that we would remember that your mercies are new today. I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Good morning. If you would, I'm so glad you're here. If you would, just stand and we're going to worship this morning.
Glad you're here this morning. Good to be here this morning. Thanks for Brother Brother Jeremy covering. Brother Rob is out today, and so you pray for Brother Jeremy as he leads us in worship today. But it is a good day to be here. Look at the person next to you and say, I'm glad you're here this morning. Great day to be here, to be together. Hey, let me share a few things as reminders and then talk a little bit more about today. Today, Fifth Sunday, if you remember a few weeks ago, we voted as a church to take the offering received on the Fifth Sunday and to forward that to First Baptist Rockport and their efforts in helping with Hurricane Harvey. They're doing a great deal of outreach through that church, and just so much devastation. Rockport received the brunt everywhere the eye came across, and so theirs wasn't as much flooding as it was wind damage and just a lot of damage otherwise. And so today, all offerings given at those designated, we'll go to the designated spots, but the undesignated tithes and offerings will be forwarded down there, and as we share the blessings God so richly pours out on us. So just keep that in mind, and if you'd like to give especially towards that, then certainly do that today, and it'll just be a regular offering time. Hey, today is BSM Sunday. Now, we intentionally separated a recognition and celebration of our BSM Sunday from our college ministry Sunday because of just the differences in those. We have a wonderful, great, vibrant college ministry, but we also have a wonderful partnership with the BSM. Did you realize that our greatest involvement financially and in human resources and everything else, ministry-wise or mission-wise, is through the BSM? And so we pour into that because we see the wonderful things that God is doing there. And so just very naturally today would be a good day to celebrate that. And Clayton, raise your hand, give away. Clayton Bullion is here, the director of BSM. His middle son has Miss Hayes as his teacher. So he gets an extra dose in the Hayes family. Glad to have him here this morning. We have a very unique opportunity of pouring into the BSM. We have a great number of leaders in BSM work that you're going to see throughout today and that you'll just see at other times that are members of Valley Grove. And so we get to pour into them. And we are thankful for that opportunity because they love having a church home here. And so we celebrate with them today. So you be in prayer for them, not only today, but in all the days ahead. We're going to come and share with us today and looking forward to that message. So just a good day to be in God's house and celebrating Him and all that He is doing among us. Amen? Amen. Amen. Hey, let's stand and greet one another in the love of Christ. Glad you're here this morning.
God
right, guys, come in a little closer. I have something for y'all to see. Okay? All right. We look right here at this picture. Look at this. Do y'all see this? Yeah. What do y'all think that's a picture of? Friends? You think it's friends? Family. Yes. You guys, believe it or not, all of these people are my family. This is a picture of my brothers and sisters. I have a lot of brothers and sisters. I have a really, really big family. Where's our big house? It's not in that picture. So, who came here today with their family? Yes? Yes? Oh, I'm so glad that you came with your mom. Well, you guys, this is my family, and when I was growing up, I got to go to church today, and it was something that I really, really enjoyed. Growing up, I got to go to church with my family, and it was really, really fun. But when I grew up and came to college, I moved 5 hours away from my family, and so I couldn't go to church with them anymore. It was really, really sad. And so my first year at college was really hard, being away from my family. But about a month into college, I had this really good friend that I met at a leadership conference. His name was Grant. He was involved at the BSM, Baptist Student Ministry, on campus at Tarleton. And he told me about this cool place called Valley Grove. And that was the first time I'd ever heard about Valley Grove as a church, but I knew that one of my friends, Michelle, went there. And so I asked Michelle to take me to Valley Grove. Okay? And when I was at... Oh, that's cool. So my friend Michelle, she took me to Valley Grove. And you know what happened that day? I went to Sunday school, and I went to big church, and afterwards, we went to a fellowship meal. And I, instead of going to the fellowship meal, went out to the grove outside, and I bawled like a little baby. And I cried. The reason that I cried was because that was the first time in my college career that I finally felt at home. So I don't know about you guys, but I love to be around my family. And when I came to Valley Grove, I felt like I was a part of that family. I heard about it from somebody in the Baptist Student Ministries. You guys, so the best part about that story is that Valley Grove represented the gospel as they adopted me into their family. Because it says in 1 John 1:12, it says, "But to all who did receive him, who believed in his name, he gave the right to become children of God." Because God loves you guys so much, and because he loves me and everybody in this room, he sent his son Jesus to die on the cross for our sins, who rose again 3 days later, conquering death, so that we could be adopted into the family of God. This is a really, really cool picture that Valley Grove paints for us as they adopt people into their family. And so I have 2 really cool things to remember from this. Okay, the first is that whenever you think Becca has a big family, look around, because y'all are all in that same crazy train. Okay, we got a big family here. Okay, but also just like how someone invited me to come to Valley Grove and be a part of that family, we have the responsibility to invite people to be adopted into the family of Christ, to share God's love, okay? So I'm going to pray for us, and we'll keep worshiping. Thank you so much for this day, and thank you for all that you've done. God, thank you for these kids, and for the opportunity to be adopted into your family. God, I just pray that as you speak today, God, we will listen, and that we will continually invite others to be involved in this family too. We love you, and thank you for this.
Teach me some melodious song, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mountain fixed upon it, mount of thy redeeming love. things have passed away. Your love has stayed the same. Your constant grace remains the cornerstone. Things that we thought were dead, breathing in life again. You caused your sun to shine on darkest night. For all that you've done, we will pour out our love to thee and the song. Jesus, we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the one hearts adore. Moons have found their own. Orphans have found a home. All that was lost has found its place in you. You lift our weary head. You make us strong instead. You took these rags and made us beautiful. For all that you've done, we will pour out our love to thee and the song. Jesus, we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the one hearts adore. Jesus, we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the one hearts adore. Hearts adore. Hearts adore. Our affection, our devotion, poured out on the feet of Jesus. Our affection, our devotion, poured out on the feet of Jesus. Our affection, our devotion, poured out on the feet of Jesus. We love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the one hearts adore. Jesus, we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the one hearts adore. Hearts adore. Hearts adore.
You may be seated as you're doing so, kiddos. If you want to head back to this corner back here, the most closest will take you back to Children's Church time. As they're doing that, I want to just make mention of something I didn't just earlier as the usher was going to go ahead and come forward as well. Just to let you know some of the connections there. So Meg Craig and Lauren Ethridge are both associate or assistant directors of the BSM. And Megan Jarvis and Lisa Reddinger are the campus interns for this year as well. And so praise the Lord that we have the opportunity to report to this leadership. So Megan will come and lead us in prayer during our offering. And then
that pray. God, I thank you for all that we've been given. Your word says freely we receive, so that we should really give. God, I pray that that goes with everything that we have, our worship, our money. God, I just pray that your will is done with it. I'm thankful that we have any of it in the first place. God, I just pray that our offerings are genuine and sincere. I thank you for Jesus Christ who died and made us family. In his name I pray, amen.
Jesus in everything, from sky to ocean deep, your love goes on. Through every rise and fall, we are forever yours. One thing we know is sure, your love goes on and on and on. Don't break into the night, here with us, you're on our side. Your arms are forever open wide. Stand strong for all the time, in the joy, in the trial. You are the beginning and the end. Your love goes on, your love goes on. Ever on the sea, Jesus in everything, from sand to ocean deep, your love goes on. Through every rise and fall, we are forever yours. One thing we know is sure, your love goes on and on and on. Love unfailing, never shaking, all the way came to you. Love unfailing, never shaking, all the way came to you. Love unfailing, never shaking. All the way to you. Ever on the sea, Jesus in everything, from sky to ocean deep, your love goes on. Through every rise and fall, we are forever yours. One thing we know is sure, your love goes on and on and on.
My name is Ethridge. I get to be one of the associate directors at Charlton BSM, as kind of was talked about a little bit earlier. But more importantly, this morning, I am a member of your family here at Valley Grove, and it is a great one to be a part of. Kind of as Becca talked through the children's sermon, Sarah, my wife Sarah and I kind of have a very similar experience. We didn't ball in the parking lot, but we had just gotten married. I was about to start. It was the summer after Sarah and I both graduated in 2014. I was coming on as one of the interns at the BSM, and we got married in May. And we got a call when we got back from our honeymoon from Clayton, my director, and he said, "Hey, there's a church. We had just begun looking for a new church home closer to Steve. We were going out of town." He said, "Hey, one of our partner churches is looking for someone to go. They need a male and a female youth sponsor for camp." And I was like, "Okay." And it turns out Jeremy had just gotten, he'd been here a couple months, I think, or a few months, something like that, and he was desperate for some sponsors. And so he asked the BSM, he got Sarah and I, and we spent our first interaction with Valley Grove ever was going to youth camp with the youth. And we spent a whole week with Carrie Everett and Michelle Ponder, and had a blast there, and Jeremy and Christina, and all the youth, and most of them, a lot of them graduated, but we came back, we visited a few times, and we knew that this is where home was for us. And what a great decision it's been. We got to go the last, 3.5 years, I think, that we've been here. And so thank you for loving us well, and thank you for loving our college students well. College students is the kind of heartbeat and passion of my family and a lot of our other friends. And so thank you for loving them well. Anytime that I'm up here, though, I really like to kind of give a shout out and let you guys thank our Valley Grove staff, because I'm not one of them. And so I can say really nice things about them. But Brother Ward and Jeremy and Rob and Debbie and Anita really do a lot of work to make sure that this thing runs smoothly. So if you would just give them a hand. Sunday in and out, it's a busy job, so I'm really thankful that because of what they do, we get to do what we do to the best of our ability. And so, but I also want to thank you as a church. You guys have loved college students well. And I say this every time that I'm up here. You kind of look at this section and it's full of students, and that's because you have loved them well. They have a lot of options as far as where to go to church and what it looks like to get plugged into a family away from their biological family. And time again, a lot of our students love you guys so much that they hang out here their 4, 5, 8 years of college. And so you guys love them well. And so thank you guys for doing that. And I know you've probably noticed this by now, but when we invest in the next generation, whether it's college students or youth or children's ministry, there's this energy that comes with that youngness. But if it's not curbed with the wisdom provided by an older generation, it's for naught. And so for you guys, thank you for investing in raw energy that goes all over the place. And for college students, like if you have not connected to some of the wisdom that's present in this church, you have made a mistake. And there's still time, okay? So with that being said, thank you guys for loving our students well. I have really enjoyed the month of October here at Valley Grove. We kind of ended our discipleship series that we kind of did in Sunday school and in, I don't know what else to call it, it's that big church time. And so, big church time. But not only that, the whole month of October we've been looking at the partnerships that Valley Grove has. And it's so exciting to see a church that is so, not spread out thin, that's not what I'm saying, but to see a church that is so diverse in what it supports and diverse in what it's partnering with God and doing around the world. And so, we talked to Gideons, we talked to Hess, we partnered with Houston, you guys have also partnered with BSM. And because of what BSM is, we get to be an extension of a lot of the local churches here in Stephenville. But because of where we are geographically, we are partnered with several different associations of churches around. So last Sunday, I was at Palepsy Association in Granbury, talking to some of their pastors, and their director of missions said something that really made me think of you guys here at Valley Grove. He was talking about how important it was to partner with missions and how important it was to seek God first on where we allocate our resources, whether that's time or energy or money. And one thing he said that really made me think of you guys is he said, I've never seen, in my 20-something years of ministry, I've never seen a church close its doors because it was giving too much to missions. As I think through that quote, and as I look at our budget, I don't know a church that exemplifies that more than Valley Grove. And even Ward had it this morning, he said, and then you can't shut it down because God keeps doing so much, you just can't shut it down. And so thank you guys for being a church that loves well, both with your time, your energy, your money, and your food. I think it's only appropriate that it's BSM Sunday, we're having food afterwards, so that makes sense. Thank you guys for loving our students well. In each of those partnerships, though, that we've been talking about this month, they all help us do something for the glory of God, and they each do something for the kingdom. And so, like, for example, we heard from Gideon's, I think, 3 weeks ago. Because we are Christians, because we come together as a church to worship the Lord, we want to see everyone all around the world with a Bible in their hands that they can read in their own language. But Valley Grove doesn't have a printing press. And so we partner with Gideon's to see that happen, and they do an amazing job of it. Because we are believers, because we are in the kingdom of God, we want to see everyone around the world come to know Him, including those in El Salvador. But unfortunately, most of us don't speak Spanish, right? Most of us don't have the means to live in El Salvador right now. And so what do? We partner with the church that is already doing God's work there to see that happen. I've gotten to see that firsthand, and it's incredible what they are doing with the space that they have and the energy they have. And you guys saw the video, I think it was last week, about the cool things that are happening there. And so to see the world come to know Christ, we partner with people in the world that are doing that work already. So like, yes. But BSM is the same way. Okay, so when you partner with BSM, you are looking at a culture that is a different language and speaks a they grew up in a different world. They got, how many of us in the room have Snapchat? If you'll just raise your hand. Or how many of you know what Snapchat is? Let's start there first. Okay, one hand's good. How many of you have it? Okay, see, I've heard my point through, and we got this whole other country over here. And if I can be honest, and if you can't tell this outside these doors, right? We're family. We got to keep it in the family, okay? I don't know how to use Snapchat. I don't get it. The only person I snap is my sister-in-law. That's like it. It's only because she sends me pictures of her dog. So, like, we live in a culture that's very different, and so, but this culture and this whole kind of nation is put right in our backyard here at Valley Grove. And so as a church, Valley Grove said, let's partner with the BSM to reach Tarleton students because there are students already on campus that speak the language, that already spend their time there. So how can we help them achieve the Great Commission and going and making disciples to the best of their ability? And so you guys do that. And when I say thank you for partnering with us, we couldn't do this without you. Please don't view that as an empty phrase meant to flatter you, because each one of us, Ward just said this, but each one of us that works on staff in the BSM is only there because you partnered with us. And not just because of your time and your support, but also a lot of families in here partner with Meg and I as far as raising our support. All of our salary, our insurance, everything that we do, it comes from financial supporters like you guys. And so Valley Grove, as a church and then as individual families, you guys have risen to the plate and said, this is a need we want to meet. You guys have done that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And so, Miss Tanya, if you'll go to the next slide, please. The BSM is to serve as your extension of the local church. So, throughout history, there have been these little bands of missionaries. So, we see this in the IMD, we see this in other places, and local churches where it's happening. But to reach the world, you've got to extend yourself out to the very end. So, people that are streamlined are built to reach one individual kind of group of people get to do that. And so, if you go to the next slide, you see that we get to be the BSM. And so, we get to be the extension of you, specifically tailored to these college students. So you're not going to find a children's ministry at Tarleton BSM. Okay, you're not going to find a senior adult do the VBS for senior citizens here at Valley Grove. We don't do that. We get to send to college students. I want to do that to you guys because we are tailored and focused on the college campus. Okay, so we get to do that. We've gotten to do that a lot this last year. And so as I've been going through association, we've kind of been given the BSM update, and I realized that a lot of you don't get to hear that. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through that for us as well, okay? The goal of the BSM is to reach the world through Tarleton's campus, through evangelism, discipleship, and missions, okay? And because of that, we've seen some incredible things happen in just the last year. Last year, we had 27 Tarleton students come into Christ for the first time, okay? 27. And if I get emotional as I talk about this, I apologize, it's just something I'm passionate about. But we saw 27 students start a relationship with Christ for the first time, Tarleton students. And what's exciting about that is not many of them were led to Christ at one of our own personal events. Most of them came to Christ because they sat down face to face with a student, and that student walked them through that. Okay? And why that's exciting is because in 4 years, or 5 or 8, those students will go out and they are equipped to share the gospel. And that's something that I can't say. Now I'm going to drink coffee so I can quit crying. And then, now you know why I brought this up here. But we had 27 Charleston students coming to Christ for the first time last year. And then not even counting that, we started to send college students all over the world on mission trips. And they led 110 people to Christ all over the world. And I get kind of pumped about that because, as I keep crying, Mr. Mike, I get really excited about that because some of them were family members, some of them were grandparents. One of our students, his name is Cody, he went home for Easter, and this is actually 2 years ago, went home for Easter, and his family, he had come to know Christ way before he came to college, but until he got to Charleston, he kind of had to live that out. And so Cody went home, and his grandparents only go to church once a year at Easter. And so during Easter, he sat down with his grandfather and was like, "Grandpa, like, why in the world do you just go to church once a year?" It just was a casual conversation. He's like, "Well, that's what I've always done. That's what I've always been expected to do. It's what my family did." He said, "Grandpa, can I tell you why? Like, I go to church only once a year." He's like, "Yeah." And so he laid out the gospel in a way that we taught him to share the bridge. And he got to meet his grandpa Christ. And this grandpa came in and he heard Christ. Because of that, his family is now actively involved in church. And so, excuse me, this is a rough morning today, guys. Sorry. But because of that, what we get to do on the college campus extends way further out than Charleston students. And it becomes a ripple effect that continues to ripple throughout history and throughout time. We get to see God's kingdom extended to the furthest reaches of the earth. In fact, yesterday we got to hang out with alumni and so Charleston BSM has been around for 91 years at Charleston's campus. And so when you get some of their graduating classes together, you can kind of see the extent and the differences in all of those demographics and ages, and what BSM looked like at different times of the year. So like my gosh, she was there. Megan Jarvis is our most recent graduate. She graduated in December. And so, May. And so like we get to see all the different pieces of what God's been doing throughout the course of history through the BSM. We had 110 individuals coming to Christ last year, including grandparents on mission trips. And then last year alone, we sent 147 students on mission trips. So that's everything from Mission Arlington to Ethridge and Spring Break to South Asia. We got students in South Asia. In fact, we got our very own Michelle Pritz is in South Asia, still wrapping up her year long term there, working on a missionary ranch and helping them do the things that they're doing there. And so, over the last 7 years, Charleston has sent over 600 students on missions. And that is only because of you guys' partnership with us. And local church is saying, hey, we want to invest in the college campus because we see the potential that students bring to the table. And so thank you guys for that a lot. But one of the things I said we're about is we're to reach the world through Charleston campus through evangelism, discipleship, and missions. You've heard about evangelism and you've heard about missions. Let's talk a little bit about discipleship. And so if you'll go to the next slide, Ms. Tanya, that'd be great. Here at Charleston, we have what we call the discipleship pathway. And we ultimately want to see students equipped to spread the gospel. And let me tell you why. Do we have any math majors in the room? I know we got a couple of accountants, but do we have any math majors? My lecturer was like, no, Charleston, come on. All right, so that's good. I did the math for you, okay? That's good. So in the world, there's about 7 billion people, okay? And as best as we can tell, that number is growing exponentially all the time. But right now, we have 7 billion in the world. That's a lot. It's a lot more than what's here at Charleston. And so the way that we want to reach the world is we want to make disciples, and here's why. So if there's 7 billion people in the world, let's say that we as Valley Grove, or we as, let's just say Valley Grove, that we as Valley Grove said, hey, we're going to have an event every Wednesday, and it's going to be phenomenal. We're going to pour all our money into it. We're going to spend all our time on it. Forget that Sunday morning sermon business. Like, we're going to spend all our time on this Wednesday night meeting. And it becomes phenomenal. Like, God does some incredible things through it. We see 10,000 people come to know Christ on a Wednesday night. Man, I bet we get in the paper. Okay? Like, at least get in the paper. It's pretty exciting. 10,000 people. For 10,000 people in one place, it seems to be pretty big. But let's say that it starts growing a little bit more, and we decide we need to bring out Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Okay? And let's say that we see 10,000 people come to know Christ in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. We decide that is the place, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, where the roof opens up so God can watch the Cowboys play. Like, that's where we're going to have our Wednesday night meeting every Wednesday. Okay? And so we have that meeting every week for a whole year, 52 weeks, 10,000 people come to know Christ every year. We would definitely make the news. They would probably be writing books about us by then. Okay? At the end of the year, we'd see 520,000 people come to know Christ. Okay? Did the math for you? You're welcome. All right? So 520,000 people come to know Christ in a year. If you you speed that up 17 years from then, or 33 years from then, you would have about 17.6 million-ish people coming into Christ at the end of 33 years. That's a lot. That's a lot. 17.6 million. The problem is that still leaves 6.82 million, or 6.82 billion that didn't get saved. Okay? But on the flip side of that, if you started back at year one, you took a person and you invested into them for 6 months, and you taught them how to read the Bible, how to read the Bible different from the Hunger Games, right? Because they're both great books, they both make great movies, but only one is supposed to shape your life and the other is entertainment, and I hope you can figure out which is which. Okay, so we teach them how to read the Bible, we teach them how to engage their lost friends, we teach them what it means to pray to God and to listen for what He's saying. And you took 6 months and invested in the students, you do that for 2 students a year. But then one of the other things you teach them is how to do that with 2 other people the next year, right? And guys, if you do that, they continue to meet with 2, and they continue to meet with 2, and they continue to meet with 2, and you get 2 new ones every year. At the end of it, you can do this. This is called an exponential equation for our non-math people in the room. You can see at the end of 33 years, the same that took 17.6 million people to come into Christ with the Wednesday night event, you can have over 8 billion people walking in obedience and able to share the gospel. And the thing about those 8 billion people that we just trained up is that they will go places that I will never go. They will go places where those 17 million will never go because they're all over the world. And so when we talk about reaching the world through Tarleton's campus, we would rather spend our time, invest our money and energy into discipling a student so that they can go to the ends of the earth. Because as a campus minister, I'll spend my time at Tarleton until God tells me to go somewhere else. But the proof of the matter is that I will probably never be in the ER as a doctor. Okay? Like that ship has sailed. And I'm glad. I'm so glad that ship has sailed. But one of our students will be. I will probably never be a nurse, but one of our students will be. I will probably never be, I'm trying to think through majors that our students have right now. I will probably never be a teacher in a school district. But some of our students are and will be. Guys, those are where people need to be reached. More than inside the BSM building, more than inside this church building, the people that need to be reached are living life out in the real world, where we're sending us, where Christians are. And so I can talk about this all day, but the reason that we raise up disciples, and this is great coming right off this whole month we spent on discipleship, the reason that we equip and train people is because that is the way to reach the world. In a way that great events will never do. And so, because of that, we have this discipleship pathway, and I'm going to kind of walk you through what it looks like at Tarleton for the BSM to kind of pour into and mentor students. And so, we start with unengaged people. These are students that come to campus. Tarleton is a campus of roughly about 10,000 students, give or take, if you talk about commuters. And out of those 10,000, about 90% are not involved in a ministry or a church whatsoever during their time in Stephenville. That's 9,000 students. All right. And what's glorious about that is it used to be 95%, but we feel like we can say 90% pretty proficiently now, and that's a win. Okay, that's still a lot of people. And so what we do is we try to connect them. So you guys helped us with Big Feed this year when the disaster relief people had to go to Houston and work with those people. We called on you guys. You cooked beans out the wazoo. Y'all did a great job. You brought your banana pudding. It was amazing. We got to connect with students and help them get engaged into our ministry, and that leads us to the next one. They become a believer. And so through our events, we're trying to get our students to connect with them and share the gospel with them. And at some point, they say that I believe that Jesus is who He says He is, and I'm going to put my life in His hands, and I'm going to trust Him. And so this whole process of becoming a believer starts right there. Now, for a new believer, they don't know how to read the Bible. They don't know how to. They've never. Most of them, and especially now, that's coming on the college campus, have never been involved in church before. And so here we are. We've got a brand new believer that doesn't know how to walk in that. And so that leads us to the next part. This is a disciple. Now, after someone becomes a believer, we get them connected to one of our staff members or one of our students, and we train them on all these things. It's what's called the navigator's wheel. I don't have a picture of it, but we say if Jesus is Lord of your life, there's kind of 4 things that need to happen. 2 of them talk about your relationship with God, and then 2 of them talk about your relationship with people because of God. And so we've got how you read the Bible. It's kind of like I said earlier, it's not like the Hunger Games. Teach them how to read the Bible and how to apply it to their lives, because a lot of us and grew up, and we never thought through. I read my Bible every day, but I haven't applied one bit of it. What was the point? And so, how do we read the Bible and apply it? How to pray to God, because the Word is how God talks to us, but prayer is how we talk to God. We teach them how to do life in church. How do you invest it back into your church home? How do you serve the bride of Christ? And that's what happens here at Valley Grove. But then, if that side is how to invest in and do life with believers, the other side is how to invest in and do life in unbelievers. So we train them on how to share the gospel, how to take this out of the church body and take it to your friends in the world that need it. So we have to teach them through that, and they become disciples. And disciples are characterized by a heart for God in a time of flex death. Okay? So they're looking at the Bible and they're saying, I believe this, and I'm trying to make changes in my life to align more with what the Jesus in the Bible says is appropriate. Okay? So they have a heart for God in a time of flex death. But as they continue to study the Word, and as they continue to align themselves in line with what kind of God says through Scripture, and we see in the life of Jesus, they become disciple makers, because if you study the Bible long enough, you will find that God, from the Old Testament to the Revelation, from Genesis to Revelation, has been constantly about His name being glorified in these people that He loves. No matter how many times they run away from Him, the people of Israel, and even us today, no matter how many times they fall, or how many times they slip up, God continually draws them back in. Ultimately, that being the most magnificent drawing in through the death and resurrection of His Son. But the whole story of the Bible is God drawing His people back in. We see that. So the longer you hang out with Jesus, the more you realize that He's about people. And so disciple makers are characterized by a heart for people in the time to reflect that. Okay, because they've already been disciples, they know what it looks like to live with God. And so disciple makers take what they've learned and say, how do I help the next person along this? How do I take someone that's unengaged and share the gospel with them to where they're a believer? And help them, train them up in the way that I was trained to be a disciple, to follow God, to change my life according to what He says. And once people become disciple makers and they continue to invest in people and they invest in the unengaged, we see them make the next jump to a multiplier. And so not only are they making disciples, they are starting to make disciples. I'm just going to keep walking off stage here. They keep making disciples who make disciples who make disciples. And so, multipliers can take this whole system and apply it anywhere. And we're already seeing that. And this is what's really exciting. So Tarleton BSM by itself, we have started these little community college, community college BSM. So you guys know Meg Gregg, she's the director of Ranger College, Greenville County. In fact, I heard one of the Sunday school classes took last week. That's awesome. Meg is a multiplier that is doing this on a whole separate college campus. Lisa Ridinger, who's not here this morning, her and Megan Jarvis, who prayed earlier, they are directors over Hill College Cleveland, and they are starting this process at Hill College Cleveland, the campus that did not have any gospel presence whatsoever. We are beginning something to where eventually we will be making disciples who make disciples, and seeing the ripple effects of the gospel take over that campus. We're doing the same thing in Elizabeth College Bravery, with Morgan Lewis, one of our other associate directors. But as you look at this, please don't think this is only applicable to a college setting, okay? Because you'll notice that these don't say student leader, graduate, intern, director. Like, that's not what this says. This is unengaged believer, disciple maker, multiplier, which means that it is transferable to any walk of life. So, for example, not every student that walks into our door is going to be a BSM director. In fact, that would defeat the purpose, because then they're all confined into one space, right? They never get to go out. Guys, Tarleton is known for many things. I found out this week that they have the number 7 in the nation criminal justice department. I had no idea. I took a guy over to College Bravery to tell them on that, which is really awesome since this is my 8th year at Tarleton. But we have the number 7 criminal justice program. We have one of the top nursing programs. We have one of the top educational programs. And so many of our students are heading, or not to mention our rodeo team and our ag students. Oh my goodness. And so we are sending students all over the world. What would it look like for multipliers to be sent out into each one of those demographics? What would it look like for multipliers to begin making disciples who make disciples in each one of those places? And so the goal of the BSM is not to make new BSM staff people. But the goal of the BSM is to reach the world from Tarleton's campus and to equip students to do that wherever they're sent. And I hope you guys can see that. I think Valley Grove is one of those churches that has reaped the benefits of students that are equipped well. You can kind of see the students that serve you guys and kind of serve throughout our church and on missions. You guys get a front row seat to that. And for that, I'm really grateful. But we want to raise up students that can plug into a church no matter where they are sent and help that church reach the goal of the Great Commission, which is to make disciples. And so, with all that said, this is what the BSM is about, discipleship. We want to train up people that can train up people that can train up people until the whole world is reached. And if you just did that with 2 students every year, it would take 33 years to reach the whole world. Now, obviously, there's some things at play, and there is an adversary against us, but that should never stop us from putting plans in place to enact that goal, no matter what it costs. Okay? So that's what we're about. But moving on, I want to look real quickly at Mark 10:13. Okay? So if you turn to Mark 10, thank you for letting me kind of spiel and kind of, I don't know how else to say it, verbally kind of vomit my passion all over the place. Thank you for that. And thank you for letting me cry on stage. That will, you can remember that. Every year, someone was, actually it was Kyle, was telling me this morning, he said, I always enjoy your sermons because I learn a little bit more about you every time. I always tell some dumb story of what I've done. So today is not the day that I made myself look dumb in front of you. So, but Mark 10:13 through 16, and this is kind of one of the heartbeats of my life as well as we talk about this. I'm actually going to read it for us. Now, Jesus had just been teaching the crowds. He actually just cast out a demon out of a child, heals a boy a couple of chapters earlier. You've seen that he heals Jairus' daughter, which was another man. He cast out another demon in a man. So Jesus has done some pretty incredible things, and so he's teaching this big group of people, and that's where we find ourselves in Mark 10:13. It says, and they were bringing children to him that he might touch them, and the disciples rebuked them. But when Jesus saw it, he was indignant and said to them, let the children come to me, do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of God. Truly, I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God by a child shall not enter it. And he took them in his arms and blessed them, laying his hands on them. Now, I heard once I was in Portland on a mission trip, we got to go to Reed College campus, which is one of the number 2 most, I believe the term is most liberal college campuses in the United States. And that's a really strange term. So what that means is they study things all over the map, and as far as who gets a country is only the best of the best of the best. So they're very intellectual. Most don't have really a spot for any kind of spiritual thing in their life that's not provable. But they're also, just being on that campus, you can pick up their pamphlets and stuff like that. They're just very against the things of God. Okay? That's just kind of the best way to say that. So in talking to the college minister there, she said something one time. She said, when you look at the Bible and you read the stories of Jesus, it's not enough just to look at the words on the page. She said, have you ever painted the picture of what's going on in the room Jesus is in? That's a really good question. So as you look at this, there's this crowd gathered around Jesus, and these people keep bringing children. And I'm going to assume it's their parents. Okay? These parents keep bringing their children to Jesus. But the disciples get onto it. And I've always thought that was really interesting. Why would they get on to people for bringing their children to Jesus? Okay? And so if you have kids that are in the room, you can affirm me with your eyes. Okay? You don't have to let them know. But let's talk about kids for a second, some of the inconveniences of kids. Okay? Children are a beautiful gift from God. But they are not the easiest gift from God. Am I correct in saying that? I don't have kids, so I need you to affirm me. Okay? So, let me read some things. If your kid's in the room, just nod with your eyes. If not, you nod away. Okay? But is it true that children take time? Yeah, someone who gets an honor school. Is it true that at least at one point in their life, children cannot take care of themselves? Okay, I've babysat enough times to know, 1, that I'm not good at babysitting, 2, that kids cannot clean up for themselves. Okay, when they have a dirty diaper, 2-year-old babies do not clean up their own diaper and throw it away. Okay, they can't care for themselves. Is it true that most children aren't put on this world to do something for you? That a lot of times you find themselves you serving them. Is that true? So, kind of at a glance, there's a lot of things that children can't do for themselves. They're really inconvenient and they take a lot of time. Okay, and maybe that's why the disciples said no. Maybe that's why the disciples kind of pulled these parents away and said, "Hey, this is says Jesus, in fact, a couple of chapters earlier is when Peter says, Jesus, you are the Christ, which is a huge deal. This is the first time they'd ever said that. And so maybe they were like, okay, this man is trying to do a lot of ministry. You guys can keep your kids out to the side. Don't interrupt the teacher while he's teaching. And that's when Jesus gets onto it. Maybe the disciples thought that they would stop momentum, or maybe the disciples thought that it would really slow them down if the kids kept coming to Jesus. He would get to teach the really important things that he was teaching. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was a mixture of those things, okay? But on the other hand, why would parents bring their kids to Jesus? Okay, maybe this question we could be a little bit more verbal about, or more open about, okay? Why do parents, specifically these, bring their children to Jesus? Okay? Read off a couple of things. We've already talked about Jesus has done some miracles. Jesus has done some incredible things. And kind of the word of kind of who he is kind of spreading. Okay, so when this teacher comes to town, these people come, but not only that, they bring their children. They bring what's really important to them, don't they? Jesus has done miracles, and parents want what's best for the children. Right? Parents in the room, is that true? Okay, two of us to the way. You want what's best for your children. Something else that, actually, was Megan Jarvis that kind of mentioned this last time I was talking about this. One of the reasons that parents brought their kids to Jesus, because Jesus was a source of life. The life expectancy during this time was not what we have. They didn't have some of the modern medicine that we have. And so to be touched by Jesus could have been something that they thought would bring their child life. Okay? And so when you want what's best for your child, you will bring them to what's best, right? What provides life. But if you look at that story, you look at the parents and the disciples saying, no, this will slow momentum, and the parents saying, this is what's best for my children. Who did Jesus side with? He rebuked the disciples, right? He said, and I'm just going to read it again for us, let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of God. Truly I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God, that child shall not enter it. Okay? And so he sided with the parents, right? He wanted them to bring the children to him. And then it goes on to say, and he took them in his arms and blessed them, laying his hands on them. So Jesus took extra time in his teaching to love on these children, right? So the parents, knowing what was best for the children, brought them to Jesus. And how could they have ever known that he wasn't just going to help them physically in life, that he was the one that would ultimately give them life and life more abundant, is how it was quoted. Guys, what happens if we substitute the children in the story for the lost of the world? Okay? When we look at the lost, I'm going to read out, the disciples said this about the children, but it could be said about or not yet Christians, as one of our mentors kind of says, NYCs. Not yet Christians take time. Not yet Christians can stop momentum, as far as what we, as a production-based culture think. Not yet believers can stop momentum. They're inconvenient. They're uncomfortable. They don't look like us. They don't talk like us. They don't act like us. They can't really care for themselves either, especially new believers. Okay, we call them baby Christians. Why? Because babies, they poop and throw up on themselves, and that's what the new believers do as well. They're really inconvenient. But on the other hand, why would parents bring their children to God? Why would parents bring their children to Jesus? Because they love them. Because Jesus was a source of life. Because parents want what's best for their children. And guys, if you have not yet Christians in your life, if you have non-believers in your life, and you love them, don't you want what's best for them? Whether it's your biological children or whether it's that guy you work with across the street, okay? Just because they're messy and they can stop momentum, who did Jesus side with? He wanted to see the children brought to him. He wants to see non-yet believers come into a relationship with him, because that was the heartbeat of his ministry, and that's why he came. Parents want what's best for their children. And so 2 questions, and then we'll be done for today. We'll go eat first. So, 2 questions. For the ones we love, is our reaction like the disciples or the parents? Do we try to keep some of, let's call them messy life people, okay? Do we try to keep messy life people at arm's length and say, hey, this could slow the momentum of what we're doing here? Or do we kind of have the reaction of the parents and say, this is what God is doing, and this is who needs to be next to Jesus the most? Because who did Jesus side with, right? But then, in light of who Jesus is and what he has done, like the parents, they saw what Jesus was doing, they heard the stories, they wanted their children to know this Jesus that is going around. In light of who Jesus is and what he has done, are we going to tell everyone we know, or is this something we're keeping to ourselves? Okay? You can see this throughout Scripture. Okay? You had the woman in the well, the Samaritan woman that Jesus talked to, and he kind of laid out her whole life story, and he said things like, you have been drinking from a well, and you remain thirsty, but I come and have life, and they may have it abundantly. That's a different story. That you can drink from a well and never go thirsty again. Okay? He told her his whole life story. What did the woman at the well do when confronted with the power of who Jesus was? She ran and told everyone she knew in the village and said, come and see this man, and said, Ed told me everything that I have done. She brought her village, and her village got to meet Christ right there where they were at. When the leper, he was healed. He had to live outside of town because lepers were nasty and unclean, so they had to live outside of town. Jesus interacts with the leper, heals him, and the leper gets to take his place inside of town. But what did he do? He went and he told everyone what this Jesus of Nazareth was. Now, only each one of us knows exactly what God's done for us, because only we know the deepest and darkest depths kind of our heart. And so, for those of us that have a relationship with Christ, only you know kind of the depths of what God has pulled you from to present you as perfect before God. But in light of that, how are we reacting to that? Do you react like the woman at the well? Do you react like the leper that had been healed and said, this is what God has done for me? This is what God can do for you? Are you going and telling everyone that you know, this is what the God of Nazareth is, the Jesus of Nazareth has done for me? Or does it look more like the Israelites in Judges 2:10? It said there, after Joshua died, he was the leader of the Israelites. After Joshua died, there arose a generation that neither knew God or knew the things that he had done for them. And the only way that can happen is if people stop telling the stories of what God is doing. So, is our reaction like the disciples and the parents? Are we bringing what's most important to us to the throne of God and saying, this is what can help you? Or are we saying, this will stop momentum? God, I grow by loving you because you partnered so much with what I'm passionate about. And seeing the college campus coming to God in a real, powerful way. And you do that in so many different areas. And if you had that circle back up, you see all these different circles, if I put them on there, all these different things, El Salvador and Gideon's and Houston, and so many other, the church plant in Brownwood, there's so many different areas you've done it well. You love this community of Stephen really well. But just as Will was talking about prayer several weeks ago, if you do that well, do even better. If you love God with all your heart, love Him more. If you love your coworkers with all your heart, love them more, share the gospel with them. If you're doing this well, let's do it even better. If you love college students well, continue in that and love them even better. So I'm going to pray for us, and we're going to move on to what's next. But thank you guys for how you partner with us and how you partner with BSM, and ultimately how you have seen where God is moving and has moved yourself in that position to be a part of it. So let me pray.